Does your lathe need a little air? Check it out. For this little project, I picked up 3 of these Flexzilla 3/8 air hoses, and they have a little swivel on them. These are quarter National Pipe taper, and basically my whole thought process was, instead of having that coil hose I have above the lathes, I'd add a 6-foot whip to each machine to blow chips off, or to hook to cool mist or whatever. So for this little project, we're going to start with the Grizzly lathe, and I picked up some of these bulkhead fittings. I got some threaded blocks, and this stuff is really inexpensive on eBay. I think these were like $2.50 a piece or something like that. Already threaded. It wouldn't even be worth my while to make these things. I couldn't even buy the material for that. So anyway, I got 3 of these. I got like 5 of the bulkhead fittings. I got a chunk of 2.5-inch 6061 aluminum to make the parts, and I'll bring you over to the Grizzly and show you my idea. And I'm going to add a regulator to each block. That way I don't overcharge the cool mist, or, you know, to turn down the blow nozzles, because it's just, you know, I'm charging my system with 125 psi, so that's way too much for blowing chips off your part when you're machining. So anyway, these are going to be some of the first chips made on the Grizzly since it's been in the shop. So let me take you over to the lathe and show you my thoughts. So on the front and the back of the Grizzly, there's these cutouts for where you put a piece of pipe to lift the machine. So what I'm going to do is use these holes so I don't have to drill more holes in the machine, and install the air hose in these openings, and I'll show you my thoughts here. Got the 3/8 air line. Basically, I'm going to make a washer that mounts the bulkhead fitting here, and then I could attach my hose here. It won't be in the way of anything. I could just hang it off to the side. And then in the back of the machine is where I'm going to connect the manifold with the regulator. Here's a couple shots of the back of the machine, and here's the opening here for there, and I'm going to mount the regulator and distribution block back here, and that'll also give me additional ports for cool mist or whatever else I need to run, like grinder or whatever. This service disconnect powers the whole back of the shop and all three machines. Now I'm going to cut a little shoulder so it registers in that opening. So I got to come in 1 inch, 125 thou. Just need a real small shoulder, just something for it to register on. Nice. Okay, next step. Okay, let's give it a little fit up. Nice. Okay, now we have to drill and taper the holes to mount it. And then our bulkhead fitting will go in there. Okay, I held this up and registered it in the hole, and I came through with a little center punch and indexed where the one hole is. We're going to be drilling the other hole across from the first one, so that one I don't need to index. So I got it in a little V block here with a couple thick parallels. Had to move that stand out of the way. Alright, now let's pick up our hole. This is where we left off last night. The battery died in the camera and it was getting pretty late, so I just went in, plugged the camera in, and so now we're back at it. Where we left off, I was getting the part centered up, which I did. I'll have to go back and check on the video to see if I got the whole thing, but I got it dead nuts, man. So next step, we're going to drill a 1/4 inch hole where I indexed it on the shoulder. So let me get set up for that and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm just going to pick up that index with one of these little guys. Stan Zinkoski gave me a bunch of these things a while back, and man, they're handy. They're broken end mills that he grinds to a super sharp, pretty accurate point. And I use them for picking up alignment marks, and they really come in handy, and I got a bunch of these that he gave me. Since I have dead center, I zeroed out the DRO, so we always have our center that we can always go back to. Okay, I'm going to use the pointer to pick up my mark. Okay, so I'm 938 thousandths from very center to here. So basically I'm going to come back to 0 and come 938 the opposite direction. Alright, so now we need to flip it over and countersink the other side for the cap head screws. Okay, I got the part flipped over, back centered on these parallels. I'm going to use my little pointer as an alignment dowel for this hole so I can countersink it. And I'll just do the same thing to the other one. Perfect. Using a multi-flute 82-degree countersink for the cap head screw. Let me slow that down a little bit. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, this time I'll get a magnet. These are stainless. Oh, we got a little bit of ferrous material in there. I did set my quill DRO, but I just want to be safe before I ran up on 0. Oh, there we go. Okay, we still have to mark, drill, and tap this bottom hole. So let me get a transfer punch and get that done. All right, let me get the number 7 drill for the 1/4 tap and be right back. Okay. That one in there straight. Okay, let me mount the hardware and we'll install it. Okay, after thinking about this for a few minutes, I decided to simplify it a bit. So I'll just screw all these together real quick and then come back and put sealer on everything. I just want to get it fit up. Okay, so this is going to go on the front of the machine. Okay, and then I'm going to put an adapter or stubby quarter. Then I'm going to put the regulator, and I'm going to put this on the front now instead of the back. It'd be easier to get to. And then I decided to put a quick connect on this hose so then I can use it for the cool mist and for a air gun, both. So let me think. Okay, this is for the 3/8 quick connect flex line, which is going to connect to the back. And then I'm going to have the regulator with the air line. So I'll make sure my airflow is correct, so it's regulated at the hose right here. It's not going to stick out too far, but we'll see. If it becomes a problem, then I'll move it. And then of course the quick connect will go on the hose. So let's do a little quick fit up here and see how it looks. Yeah, I don't know. That sticks out kind of far. That could be a problem. I don't know, guys. I might have to rethink this. Maybe put it on a 90 or something. So let me think about it and get back to you. Okay, I went and found a 90 right here. So I think that's going to work out pretty darn good. It doesn't stick out much further than the levers. So that's what we're going to go with. So I'll take it and I'll seal everything up and then bring it back and we'll charge it up and see how it goes. Here's the finished product. I simplified my original design and basically just have the regulator, the hose, the flange we just made, and the bulkhead fitting. Connected to a 6-foot Flexzilla 3/8" flex hose. And I have a Prevost quick connect, high flow fitting, and just a little air nozzle. I'll take you around the back and show you how I have it plumbed. Okay, I have the 3/8" hose coming out of the back of that bulkhead fitting, and basically that is tied into my I don't know if the light's blowing that out. Let me see if I can get a better shot of that. There it is. So I decided to keep the coily hose for the closing lathe. This will conclude this episode of Lathe Air. I appreciate all your thumbs up, comments, and suggestions, and for supporting my channel. I do appreciate it. Until next project, we'll see you soon.